involved in the Solms Delta farm and social enterprise, which is aiming to transform this little corner of South Africa. By transform, I mean heal the wounds of the past, from apartheid, from slavery, from colonialism.
One of the farm workers, in digging up the stone tools that we found, said to me, "You see, Professor, my people were here before yours." And that profoundly changed his relationship to me, to this farm, to the question of who owns this land, and all of those sorts of things. It was very, very important. After that, we set up a museum which tells that story, and then we also set up a trust which brought the workers into a profit share arrangement originally. That led us to the next stage, which was when my partner Richard Astor moved to South Africa and bought the farm next door. Then we changed the structure of the company into a three-way equity. So the farm workers, represented by the Van de Kaap Trust, the Astor family and the Solms family each have 1/3 of the ownership of the entire enterprise. What we're about to do is enter into a partnership with this neighboring farm. The government is going to grant the land to the farm workers, and then because we're in need of more land and our cellar has reached its capacity, what we've agreed with this new trust is that they're going to build a cellar with government funding, they're going to plant vineyards with government funding, and then we will be a guaranteed client. When I returned to South Africa to take on this family farm, I was very much aware that it carried with it the burden of our shared history. My intention in coming back to South Africa was to face up to this sort of historic burden, that this was a problem that belonged to me, in a very real way represented the sins of our fathers, and my intention was to try to transform just this one piece of South Africa. The way in which the farm workers' lives have changed needs to be understood in two different ways. The farm workers on this farm now all have proper houses. We also built a creche that children are school ready because their parents work. Also obviously having an equity stake in the farm. But the people on these farms that are part of our social enterprise, their lives internally are changed. This place internally is transformed. This piece of South Africa gives me hope. My partner Richard Astor says, "We don't farm wine here, we farm hope."
The most rewarding thing you can do if you have money that you don't actually need, the most valuable thing, the most fulfilling thing you can do is to try and make a positive difference to other people.